Tyler, I mean, you're telling them the truth, right? They're not making you say stuff that you don't want to say.
This is 13-year-old Tyler Edmonds. Moments earlier, his mother Sharon walked into the sheriff's office, unaware that her son was being interrogated.
I don't have a problem with him talking to you, but I would prefer to be in the room because he is a minor. And y'all are sitting.
Charged 13-year-old with capital murder.
He was screaming, "Mama, please don't leave me here." It was horrible. It was all about saving my child's life.
May 12, 2003, Mother's Day, in the small town of Starkville, Mississippi. 13-year-old Tyler Edmonds is eagerly waiting for his big sister Christy to finish packing up for their trip to the beach.
Christy was still in the house and crunked the car up, and I was sitting there messing with the radio waiting for Christy.
As he waited in the back of the car, he heard a loud noise coming out of the house. In her house and had so tight, I didn't know what I did think anything knowed. Unaware that something had happened, Tyler
And the deputy leaned down and got in my face. He says, "Are you calling me a liar, boy?" And I said, "I'm not calling you a liar, but I don't think that my sister would say that."
To either prove their point or try to scare the young boy into confessing, the police brought in Christy.
My sister was in an orange jumpsuit and, shackles and handcuffs.
His face when he looked at the verdict. It had been clear to me through the trial that he believed he was guilty and wanted him convicted.
I was sentenced to life without the possibility of parole until age 65.
They pushed my mom out and they put me in handcuffs in a padded cell. There's no toilet, no bed, it was just a little hunch of concrete on the floor.
The death penalty would be so much better than sitting here 24 hours a day for the rest of my life.
I'll never forget the first time that I visited with him was shortly after the conviction, and he was crying. When I went to leave, he was screaming, "Mama, please don't leave me here." It was horrible.
That time in prison took so
It was all about saving my child's life. And when you go to save your child's life, what is your child's life worth? What is your child's life worth?
Throughout the years, Jim Wade, Tyler's attorney, never backed down. On the contrary, he did everything he could to fight off the court's decision.
Jim never gave up, kept on fighting even after Tyler was convicted.
I became convinced.
Sir, I did.
And how did you lie?
By saying that I had something to do with the murder of Joey Fulgham.
Why did you lie?
To protect my sister.
It's not easy to believe that somebody that looks like him committed this crime. There's only one person in this courtroom who is an admitted liar, and that's the person sitting over there in between his two lawyers. His whole defense is, I'm a liar. Folks, somebody who will lie.
Witness and false confessions.
But once again, Wade bounced back. He showed the jury a clip of his own. In Tyler's confession, the boy claimed that he saw Joey's blood splatter on his bed after he allegedly shot him.
That's all he actually did.
How do you know that it did?
Just saw some blood.
Which, according to the new court-appointed pathologist, is impossible with such a small wound from a .22 caliber rifle.
Goes in and does significant damage inside the brain. But in this kind of a wound, the bleeding doesn't start right away.
Wade then showed pictures of the crime scene to the jury and read some of the CSI report from May 10, 2003, claiming that the scene was pristine, with no blood in sight and no trace of evident cleaning or dissimulation.
There's a discrepancy there between what he says he saw and what the evidence would have looked like. For Tyler, everything's at stake here. Tyler's entire life is at stake.
Why did she tell you that you had to take the blame for it?
Because nothing would happen to me because I was under 18, and that if I didn't, then they would kill her, and that I would never see her or her kids again.
After pointing out Tyler's ability to lie and using his own words against him, the district attorney tried to convince the jury one last time in his final address.
Christy Fulgham did not act alone. She found someone who was willing to go into that room with her with a .22 rifle, pointed at the back of Joey Fulgham's head. The question is, though, is he to be held accountable?
To which Jim Wade answered with a call of faith.
The prosecutor made a very emotional argument like he knows what happened. Well, he wasn't there. He does not know what happened. But I do know this. One day we're going to all stand there before God and we're going to give an accounting. If I were sitting on this jury, I'd a lot rather be up there telling God I voted that child not guilty than telling him I bore false witness against my neighbor.
4 hours later, the jury reached a unanimous verdict.
The jury has turned a verdict of not guilty. You are hereby discharged. You may go.
I'm relieved. I've been praying for this for almost 6 years. And it's been torture. I'm just glad that I can move on with my life. God is good. And Mississippi, because I didn't know where else in Mississippi I could go, where I could be anyone other than the Tyler from 5 o'clock news. I changed. This is what happened to my life, and I needed to figure out who I was.
After graduating as an emergency medical technician, Tyler moved to Arizona and worked for the U.S. Department of Defense. Over there, he also became an activist fighting for the rights of children and the legal system.
Children should not be allowed legally to speak to a police officer without an attorney present. Period. I hear some people say without a parent or an attorney, it needs to be an attorney, because even parents don't know how to navigate the system as well.
Today, Tyler often visits home in Mississippi and continues his activism there. He's a speaker at the Mississippi Public Defenders Association and a proud business owner supporting not only himself, but also his mother, who gave up everything for him.
For people who say or believe that the state didn't do anything wrong, they took advantage of my age and my naivety. You don't take advantage of children. I don't care what your reasons are. You don't do that to a child. If for no other reason, at least they know that I didn't just roll over, that I stood up for myself.